Okay, people, we're going to start splining now. So what we'll do, we'll get the graph editor in right here, so we can see both. All right, so what we'll do, I normally just select everything and I'll cycle this, and then I'll select the in-between and I'll just spline. Actually, you know what, let's spline it all. We'll fix it up when we get closer. Okay, so there, we've splined it. All right, and it's not too bad, huh? It's not too bad considering we had keys on every 3 frames. It's still a lot of cleanup, but you know, you can see it's getting a bit smoother there, right? Okay, so what we'll do, we'll start working on, let's check the hips out first. Okay, so we go to the hips and let's have a look. All right, so we'll just straighten these out, you know, make these a bit more matching. Also bring this back a bit, let's level it out. To bring this down a bit. So this is the rotation. Or really what we can do, we can just delete these. You know, that would still be all right. Then we'll just match these. And really we could delete the middle bit. Actually, you know what, we'll keep that in because it's the same value. All right, now one thing I did notice is, where's it gone? Okay. Okay, that's weird. Okay. So what we'll do is, what I noticed is, so the weight is on this leg. Which means, let's put the weight on this leg, yeah? Which means we're going to move the character a bit to the side there. And then in the middle, it's basically going to be opposite that. So in the middle, we're going to have it 1.27. Okay. And we can delete this and play around with that later. Right, so we're getting that side to side because it's taking the weight. There and there. Okay, so that is going to be the same rotation as that. So we'll get the same rotations now. Here, yeah, same and same. Okay, and the front here, I think we did add a, delete those. Okay, Z, which one? Z is going forward, right? Okay, we'll leave that there. Then we've got the rotations again. we'll check that. We'll keep that rotations. That's fine. But then here we also have the step here, right? And when it comes underneath, there's a weight shift. So I would say on that side, then there's a weight shift on this side, right? Very slight, doesn't have to be much. If we look here, all right, and we'll just copy this value so it's the same value as the one at the top. So they're both moving the same. In fact, we'll bring it down to the square below here. Bring that down. We don't want too much movement. We can always tone that down later, but you know, we look at a front view. And the other thing we need to do is we need to bring these in. Don't know why. And this one. And bring this into here. Okay. And the back legs too, want to bring these in. I think I did this in the blocking, but I think the file might have corrupted a bit, so I'm just doing them again, which is no problem. No problem. All right. Okay. So we've got the hips and everything. The head we can do at the end. Okay, let's check out the legs now. Right, there's a little bit of a pause there, right? These seem to be cycling out. There's one here at the front. There's a bit of a pause. See there? So first thing we'll do, let's just clean up the curves. So we'll come in here, flatten these curves out because they are overshooting. Anything like this is making the character go forward and back the part. So if you look here, if we look at that bit, you'll notice, yeah, it's going forward then back. Maybe we might even, yeah, no, we don't need that. We could even just bring that down a bit. All right, bring it down, level this. We may, let's see. Yeah, we could even bring that. I reckon we should just bring it down like this. So we'll get more, yeah. It's getting there, right? So we're getting them nice, those nice curves. Here to here. There to there. I mean, it's the same values actually going across, right? So we're just trying to, I mean, you could even try, you could delete these and see how that works. Okay, let's try deleting that. And then we can check out the curves later. We just want to get these translations sorted out here. So next one here, we'll just flatten these all out. Let's see what's happening here. Obviously this foot is already out. Bring this back. keep this whole line a bit more constant. Okay. Flatten this. We'll come here. Now this one we could have it a bit more like this. Yeah, that feels a bit better. Okay. And then this back one, we could flatten these out because they're going to be hitting the floor. Yeah. All right. This, we could just move this out a bit. So that's all right. We could bring this up a bit. So you're getting a bit more of a cycle there, see? So you're just cleaning up these, and then we can do the toes later. But look, as you can see, there's a nice cycle there, isn't it? Look, it's going like nicely there, right? So we're getting there. And then this one, let's just have a look. Was it a ball? No, just that. Okay. Then this one here, we'll check out. We can flatten this as we do. So when we get here, maybe these, we can make these go up. Bring these up slightly, right? Flatten these and then bring these down slightly. So we got a nice, there's a little bit, of a pull there, isn't it? Near the end, but let's see. I think it might be to do with this. Or these, yeah. Let's have a look at this. Okay. All right. Let's bring these down a bit. There. Okay, we'll work on the spacing there, but I think what we're trying to get. Like that. I want to make it a bit more. Okay, and now the other thing we need to start doing is the shoulders, right? So when cat takes the weight, so we're going to do every 3 frames. Let's just key here so we've got our reference points. Okay, so when we get here, we know the shoulders are going to start rising. And then the passing position. And then it's going to go down again. Keep it there. Maybe forward a bit. Okay. So we're going to do like that. But we'll work on that. Y. There, you can see. And then, you know, we just start refining this as we go. But at the moment, you can kind of ease it in like this. So it comes up. there, right? We can start refining that. Just get it in for now. Seems to be going down a bit quick, isn't it? So we'll right, we could still have it up a bit. Then it comes down. There, that feels a bit better. And we can add. And the same with the other bit. We come here. And we can start adding. So this is in the middle. So we know the weight is being taken. So we can raise this a bit. Just keyframe every 3 frames. So we've got a reference point. Okay. Okay, it's going forward. Then it starts coming up, and then up, and then up. Bring it up there. And we really want to make that pop. So let's see. So we'll copy that to the start. So it goes down here. So we'll keep that like that. Then it comes back up. Might even push it up a bit more here. Got to make it a bit more sharp, right? Push the shoulders up, make it pop a bit. Even here, like push this up a bit. So we could even push it. Push these all up. So we're starting to get a little bit of a feel, right, for shoulders. And we can always tone that down. But for now, it's good. Yeah. Just stop that. There you go. Okay, so we should cycle that. Okay. Let's give it a little look. How's it feeling? All right, there's a bit of the front legs need a bit of work, right? And the back polishing, but we're gonna polish that with the arcs, but we'll do that. We'll get to that. But it's getting there, right? It's getting there slowly, slowly. We'll start refining it a bit more as we go. But that's the steps, you know. It never looks good at the start, and then you have to keep on refining it. Animation that's just how it is. At the start, it's all a bit blocky. You're trying to get the animations in, the timing in. We've got it kind of smoothing out a bit, right? Now this middle bit, if you look at this middle bit, what we can do, we can start just creating that S shape coming through. So we'll just move the start one. So it's a bit, you got cleaner lines. So you're getting like cleaner lines here. So we'll start doing that. So the first frame, we'll copy that to the last frame. And then in the middle, 12, we'll just move it back that way. And then we can adjust in the graph editor. We can just bring it down to maybe, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. So we can bring this down to 5, yeah. Or you can change the value however you want to do it. Just roughly, so we've got that movement happening, little jello movement happening there. Right, so we've got something happening there, and you can start to see it's starting to feel a bit more organic. Now what we'll do, for each leg, we're going to check out the arcs, right? So we'll select any leg you want, and we're just going to animation here. Bring the mic a bit closer. And we'll create edible trail, and we'll have a look at this because we want these to be cycling. You know, that seems to be, for me, the front leg here just seems to be coming up too quick, right? It might be to do with the rotations, but let's have a look. So if we look here, so we know here the leg's coming up. So let's take a look at the rotation. I think so. So let's ease that. Let's see if the ease works. Yeah, there's still, it still feels quite abrupt to me. So if we bring it in, yeah, that feels a lot more softer. So let's see. Let's find the ball over. So we haven't really, we've only done rotations. So we could even come in here and create more nice, maybe more nice curves. So let's have a look. So let's have a look at this. Okay. Yeah, we want it to be a bit softer. But also, let's have a look at the going up, because that might be, you know, going up here. Something doesn't feel, to me, that's a big distance. So maybe kind of pushing this. And we might adjust this when we start playing around with them. Okay, let's flatten these, playing around with the toes. Yeah, you see all this is happening. So what we'll do is zero this. That's all zeroed out. Actually, what is it there? Yeah, it goes up there, isn't it? So then it goes up this bit. We need to flatten that. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we've done that. That curve's working all right. We can adjust that as we go. And then we'll start working on it a bit more. Let's have a look at the tangent on it. Cycle. Okay. And even this one, let's check out the cycles. So, right. Okay. All right. And then we'll start working on the side to side as well. So let's delete that trail. You keep the trail. If you keep the trails in, they'll slow down your overall performance as well, you know, because each time you're moving, the trail is updating. So always remember to delete the motion trail. Okay, and now with this one, let's go to the same thing, visualize, create editable motion trail, and then we're doing the same thing. Yeah, so if we look here, cycle that, it's fine. Did we have any no rotations on it? All right, we've got no rotations. Just on this. Okay. I think we had rotations on it, that's why. Yeah, so what if we delete the rotations? Same as we did on the other one. And delete. We're going back to the first one again. Let's go back to this first one. Because we didn't have no rotations on it, right? Ah, I see. So basically I just rotated this. So we come here, we'll rotate the X in this. Like that. Ah, it's better. Copy that to the end. We'll copy the front pose to the end. So that's all. We'll just rotate this, move this out a bit. Oh, we had a rotation in the top bit. That's why. Oh, that's good. Okay, we can sort that out when we polish, but we've got it working like that's fine. Then we'll get that one, do the same thing. Let's go back. Okay, let's have a look at the cycle here. Let's see, this is all fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. The cycle seems like the only thing I would say is okay, let me check that again. Now we want to do this one. Yeah, the front one, this one. So if we come back here and have a look. Okay, so let's see. Okay, you can see there's a bit of a pause. The cycle isn't going smoothly. So we're moving forward, which is Z, right? Yeah. Just seems to be a bit of a pause there, isn't it? And then it goes up. It goes up. Let's have a look at this. See if we can smooth this out. You know, maybe it goes back here, arcs back first. And spacing there as well. bit quick, that. Let's see that. Okay, that seems a bit better. But let's get this smoothed out a bit. Now it's starting to feel a little bit better. All right. All right. Let's see how that looks. No. No, there's something not right there. I think the rotation, there needs to be more rotation, so I do think that this needs to be rotated a bit. We go here. Zero that. Yeah, that's not bad, but I think we just need to sort this one out. Need to make this a bit forward. Maybe bring it forward a bit. Then it comes back. Maybe bring it forward a bit there. That's a bit better. There's something going on there. Don't like that, don't like that. It's basically this bit. There's a bit of compression here that I don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think here we could lift it up. So maybe yeah, I think that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. We'll polish it a bit more, but at least that's working. All right, and now we'll do the back. So we've got the back here. We'll do the same thing. Create editable motion trail. Have a look. Let's have a look here. All right, we'll sort this out, but let's see. Okay. Okay, this is cycling. I think this is cycling good. Just think that there is a lot of space here. I think that here we could push it a bit back. Yeah, we can get even this. If we look here, there's an overshoot. That's why there's a like a, it doesn't stay on the floor. But apart, I think that's all right. Yeah, the back leg seems to be all right, man. The arc seemed to be all right. And then let's check out the next one. Let's look at the arcs here. They seem to be okay. And just polish this a bit. Edible motion trail. Let's have a look at this. This looks all right. I think coming down is quite sharp. Whereas on the other one, it's a bit more rounded. Okay, so let's try and get this one looking a bit like that. So it went up. I would say here, we just want to get this spacing right. Okay. Oh, let's change that. See, that's not right. We need to get rid of this. If there's a limp there, that's not right. Not good. Let's delete. I don't like that. Okay, let's get rid of all of this. Sometimes this is what happens in animation. You just got to go back and forth. That does not feel right. And it's something to do with this x-axis. Maybe. Do we need... Okay, let's check this out. All right, let's cycle these. Let's see how this is. All right, there's a bit of a roll there, so what we'll do, There. That's not right. Doesn't look right, man. So normally we'll look at the other side and let's see, okay, what's happening here? It's a bit constant, then it goes up. Okay. So this one is on the floor. So if we look at the floor, this bit should just be linear, really. That feels a little bit better. Let's get rid of these. Yeah, there's just that bit there. That's not right. Oh, we've got to sort this out now. Oh, so it's coming up. So this is what we're... Okay. From there. Ah, I think we're getting there. We had to overshoot, that's what it was. So if we delete these there, so I think that's better. So we just had to overshoot below here. So overshoot, I mean like we had to make this go back a bit. So that's feeling a lot better. We'll try and tone it down as well. So at the moment, let's see. Okay, we're cleaning it up. We're getting... It's getting there, right? We're getting there. Still a long way to go. But let's do a little play blast and have a look. There's a bit of a pop there. Yeah. Yeah, a bit robotic at the moment, but we will check this side out. That's looking a bit... Yeah, that back leg is looking much better than... Still a long way to go. Don't like that pop. This one, don't like that at all. It's got nothing to do with the rotation, so that's good. It's just, I think it's this. All right, let's have a look. That seems fine. No, I don't like this bit. Okay, that's better. I've deleted that. That's a bit smoother. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at the arc here. And what we'll do here, just have to go a bit. That's fine. So we've got a constant. That's a constant, right? So we'll do that as a constant. We'll leave that how it was because that was cycling, all right? All right, let's have a look at the other one. Sorry, I'm just going back to the other leg. Having a look here. I think here what we can do is let's try and add, say if we add an overshoot, we can add an overshoot like this, right? By breaking the tangents. Let's have a look how this is. Yeah, you see? So much better, right? And then we can do add a key. Let's add a key there. Right? Then we can be all right, we add a key there. We added a key there, and then here we can try and do the same thing. So we come, and we add in an overshoot, and this might be a bit flatter. Yeah, you get more nice curves like that. So what we'll do, let's have a look at this again. We could add an overshoot here. There, right? So we could add a bit of an overshoot. So if we look at this, yeah, and then this one too, we'll have a look. go to overshoot. This one has an overshoot already, right? So it's there. But we could try and add a bit more like this. Keep this linear. There. So there's a bit of an overshoot. Okay, so we got that. All right. I don't like this. I hate this. What's this? I hate this. What's this? See, I think here we could have it overshooting. That's better. I think that's better. Yeah, that's a bit smoother. Okay. I don't like that. It's too much. Overshoot there. I mean, not enough, sorry. Let's see how this is. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so if we look at this, okay. Now what we can do is come here and start rotating these. Passing position. Passing position is here. And what we'll do, we'll just bring it up higher. Reach it out a bit. All right. Okay, here there's an overshoot, so we might want to just bring that down. We might have one. We could ease that. We could ease that in. Yeah, we'll ease that one in. So what I did, I just eased this one in and made this one sharper so it stays, doesn't overshoot, as you can see. This, I think, is all right because it comes here and it's not overshooting, so that's fine. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see how this looks on the side. Okay, it's starting to cycle a bit. The other thing we can do, smooth cycling, what's this? Okay, so what we'll do in the next one, we'll start polishing let's have a look at this background. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I need to delete these. I think this is rotating too much. That's what's happening, it's catching the eye. Yeah, that's better. Okay. All right, so that's the splining we'll do for now. Okay, that's all working, the mechanics. And in the next video, we're going to really start getting it together, polish these little bits. And the feet as well, the claws and everything. So that's the splining stage done. And we'll move over and we'll start doing polishing a bit more. Okay, so if you're interested, there's a Maya Animation Mastery course that you can enroll on as well, guys. Thank you for your support. The course goes into full detail on how to master the fundamentals and advanced techniques of animation. New students are enrolling all the time. You can see the work they're getting it, they're understanding the bouncing ball, which is crucial, as I always mention. And after I've done this tutorial on all this animal stuff, creature stuff, I'll do a little free course for this. So anyone's on YouTube, they might be going for advertisements and stuff. So what I'll do, I'll create a free course. All you do is you opt in with your email address, and you get the free walk tutorial all in one course. But I'll do that when I finish this series. Okay, guys. So thank you for your support. Love you guys, and keep animating and be happy. Animating, enjoy it, have fun. All right, guys. See you later.